You know, they say life is full of regrets and disappointments. The question is this camera one of them? Let's find out. Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake of RobertoBlake.com, helping you create something awesome today. Today we have a little bit of a gear video. We're going to be talking about my Sony a7R III, and we're going to talk about whether I regret buying this camera. And you might be wondering, Roberto, why would you regret buying a $3,000 Sony full-frame camera? Because just a few short months later, they put out a newer, better, cheaper version. Well, I guess you could make the argument that better is debatable. What I'm talking about is the Sony a7R III versus the Sony a7 III. And ultimately, in the a7 III model, you got pretty much the same form factor and body, the same dual SD card slots, but more autofocusing points and slightly better low light performance, all for $1,000 less. What was the trade-off? Well, instead of 42 gorgeous megapixels, you get 24, which as any photographer will tell you is more than enough. Why would you need 42 megapixels in the first place? Well, for that, the answer is Photoshop. You see, I've been doing Photoshop almost as long as I've been doing photography. And ultimately, I am what I would call a Photoshop shooter, whether that's Photoshop or Lightroom, but I'm a big fan of photo manipulation. And I also am a fan, unlike some photographers out there, of cropping in. And I like being able to shoot loose, crop in, and have all of this detail. And it works out really well for just what my style is, and also me just wanting to compensate. So I do like that. And it's something that I do prefer. Now, ultimately, in terms of video features, I would say that the Sony a7 III, if you just want to shoot amazing YouTube videos and you don't either want to wait for the Sony a7S III, or if you don't want to buy a Sony a7S II because you want the dual SD card slots, the better battery life, all of those things, then the Sony a7 III is actually a really great YouTube camera. Creators like iJustine use it. I really just dig the Sony a7R III, and I like that what I get out of it is I get those extra megapixels. There's really no other upside to having it, and I also got to get it a little bit sooner than if I had waited for the release of the a7 III. Now with that in mind, I also will be buying the Sony a7S III when it comes out. What I will not be buying is I don't believe that I will be buying the Sony RX100 Mark VI. I like my Mark V. I don't like that we're gonna lose the f1.8 aperture on that, and there weren't any improvements as far as I could tell to the audio. So I feel my RX100 Mark V is gonna do the job just fine, and if they actually reduce the price when this comes out, I think it actually would be worthwhile for me to buy a second one. Maybe, possibly, because I think at that price I could technically get another a6500 body, so I would waffle between those two. Yeah, I'd probably buy the second a6500 at that point. This is a great camera. It's my favorite camera. Its only fault is not having a fully articulating flip out screen. Other than that, it would be the ideal perfect camera if it had a full touch screen and a full articulating flip out screen. Look, if I could literally just take the screen off of the Panasonic that I'm shooting on right now and put it on this, like game over, done, sign me up. So I compensate for that with using a small HD that I bought for $500 when I'm stationary and not traveling. I use a 7-inch Aputure Tech monitor. I bought 2 of those, in fact, and so that actually helps me with multiple camera angles for some unboxing videos that I have coming up, and it's just a really good overall setup to have. Now, if I were gonna recommend you go out and buy a camera today, I think, unless you had a preference and aside from being an early adopter like me, there's really not a reason to buy the a7R III unless for some reason you feel you need those extra megapixels. I happen to feel I would like that for the way that I edit, and being most of my stuff is for the internet, you could make the argument that if I'm not doing prints, then what's the point? But I might want to do prints in the future. I've actually been deciding to print out some of my personal photography and get that done up. I'm actually gonna start hanging it around the office here, and then when I get my office space downtown, I'm probably gonna want to put some stuff over there. So I could see myself wanting to have the option of editing in my style, doing photo manipulation stuff, and wanting to do 24 by 36 posters in high res. So if you're shooting in that way or commercially, I could see you wanting to have this camera. Other than that, I think you save $1,000 and you get the Sony a7S Mark III if you want the newest, latest, and greatest thing. And if you don't, and you still just want to shoot on a Sony full frame camera, then the a7 II is still a fantastic camera at a ridiculous price. Question of the day, is there a gear or camera purchase that you absolutely regret and wish you had never spent money on? Let me know in the comment section. I think that'd be fun to talk about. Anyway guys, I hope you liked this video. Drop me any of your questions on cameras or gear down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome stuff on the channel. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching and just geeking out with me over camera gear. Make sure you go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.